The entire LEGO Star Wars May 2025 wave has finally been revealed, and in this video I'm going to be going over the sets and giving you my thoughts on them. I'm not going to be going over the U-Wing because that actually got revealed last week and I already made a video on that, but I'll be going over everything else. And starting off, we have one of two sets celebrating the 10th anniversary of The Force Awakens. Yes, that movie is 10 years old now, being 75406 Kylo Ren's command shuttle with 386 pieces and a retail price of $70 US, making this pretty much the most overpriced set from this wave, because on paper that is an awful price per piece for those of you that care about price per piece. I'm not a die-hard price per piece person because obviously there's exceptions, and this set definitely does have an exception with the large plates being used in the wings, which is definitely something that is worth noting. However, it doesn't come close to justifying a $70 price point. In my opinion, this definitely should have been about $60, preferably about $55, but no, it's $70, and because of that, I don't think many people are going to be buying this thing. I'd say in about 6 months when you walk into your Walmart or Target, this is going to be one of those sets that is always on shelves because no one's buying it and it's always going to be on sale. But price and piece count aside, the actual build itself looks alright. The wings look great and they open to a nice flying position. However, the cockpit definitely looks really awkward just because it's so narrow in the front. I mean, yes, in universe, this ship does kind of narrow down towards the front of the cockpit, but not this much. And I don't know, it just makes it look really awkward to me and kind of in a way throws off the look of the whole build. But hey, the wings look good, I guess. Next up, we have a pretty weird set, that being 75407 Brick-Built Star Wars logo with 700 pieces and a retail price of $70 US. And as some of you might know, the information about this set leaked a long time ago. I want to say back in like October or November, and I was really curious to see what this thing was going to look like, and here it is, and I have to say it looks pretty good. It's still definitely a strange concept for a LEGO Star Wars set compared to all the other stuff we've gotten, but I think they did a good job on it. It's surprisingly really sleek. The letters actually look pretty much perfect. I think it's kind of impressive how they were able to pull that off with LEGO pieces, and if you look at this picture right here, you can see that it's actually mirrored on the back, and then on one of the letters, the top plates can pop off to reveal a little miniature scene, which is the opening scene to A New Hope, which I think is kind of cool. But yeah, overall, I think LEGO actually did a good job on this set. I know it's not going to appeal to many people. It's probably not going to sell very well, but for what it's supposed to be, I'm pleasantly surprised about how it looks. Up next, we have a helmet set, that being 75408 Jango Fett helmet with 616 pieces and a retail price of $70 US. And I'm not going to lie, this is looking really good. The shaping is amazing, especially right around the face area with the blue pieces. I think they did a great job on it. However, one problem I can already see with this set are those stickers at the top around the forehead. In the renders, the color obviously looks fine, but in person, as we all know, the shade of gray on the stickers is not going to match the shade of gray on the actual LEGO pieces, so it's going to look kind of off. And then on top of that, as you can see, they're obviously continuous stickers that are supposed to make an illusion that it goes all the way around his forehead. And if you're someone like me that's just not very good at putting on stickers, this is going to be very easy to mess up and make it look not very good. So before even getting this set in hand, I'm saying right now, I just wish these pieces were printed. But other than that, again, it looks really good. The shaping is amazing. Although for some reason, this might just be me, but for some reason, it does look like it might be a bit smaller than the other helmet sets. I could be completely wrong on this. I hope I'm wrong. If any of you guys know in the comments, please correct me. But based off these actual real life images where the person is holding the set, it does seem like it might be a tad bit smaller than the other Mandalorian and Boba Fett helmet. Again, I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong. I most likely am wrong, but in these pictures, it for some reason does look smaller. Anyways though, next up we have the main highlight set for this wave that we've all been waiting on, that being the UCS 75409 Jango Fett Slave 1 with 2,970 pieces and a retail price of $300 US. And I know that most of you guys watching this video have already seen in-depth reviews on this, so I'm not going to talk about it too in-depthly until I personally make my own review on it. But in summary, it looks great. It looks about as good as I was expecting it to look. It's massive, extremely detailed, perfect proportions, perfect shaping. When talking about just the build itself, this is definitely looking out to be a UCS set for the books. The minifigures are a bit of a different story though, however, I'll talk about all that in my review. But again, the build, it's beautiful. It's looking great. I'm very excited to get this. Next up, we have another helmet set, and also the second set celebrating the 10th anniversary of The Force Awakens, that being 75415 Kylo Ren helmet with 529 pieces and a retail price of $70 US. And I'm not gonna lie, when this set initially leaked about 6 months ago, I was pretty worried about it. I was thinking it wasn't gonna look good because Kylo Ren's helmet definitely has a bit more of a complex shape compared to the others they've made. But I have to say, after seeing these pictures, I'm pleasantly surprised. This looks great. They did a really good job on the shaping, especially on the front half of the helmet, and also it looks like those pieces on the front are actually printed, which is a genuine surprise. I mean, I could be wrong, but based off these pictures, they really do look like they're printed. They don't look like stickers, which again is a surprise. I was expecting these to be stickers, especially considering the fact that the ones on Jango Fett's helmets are stickers, which is honestly kind of strange. Why are these printed and those ones not printed? That's something that just doesn't really make sense, but oh well, I guess. But again, I'm happy with how this is looking, and out of the 2 sequel sets from this wave, I think this is clearly the better one. Anyways though, next up we have 75416 Chopper with 1,039 pieces and a retail price of $100, and this set looks like it's going to be an absolute banger. First of all, based on the box art, this looks like to be based off of the Chopper that appears in Ahsoka, not in Rebels, and I'd assume that's why he has more white on him. If he was the Rebels version, I'd assume he'd have some more gray pieces on his body, but regardless, I think it looks great. The R2-D2 from last year was one of the best sets that released in 2024. That set is beautiful, and it looks like this set is gonna be just as good. It's jam-packed with detail, and it also looks like there's a lot of great play features and functionality in there, with his head actually being able to turn and tilt back and forth, which is awesome. It also looks like his arms and his third leg are both removable, and it even looks like he's got a third arm in the front that folds out. And then you have the actual Chopper minifigure, of course, which appears to be the exact same figure from the Ghost and Phantom 2 from 2023. I can't see it 100% clearly in these pictures, but I'm pretty sure it's the same figure. But overall, again, this set looks like a banger, and honestly, besides the Slave 1, it's looking out like it's gonna be the best set from this wave. And then lastly, for the main sets, we have a set that I already made an entire video on, that being the GWP 40765 Kamino training facility. I already made an entire video on this giving all my thoughts, so I'm not gonna go too in depth right here. I'm very happy with it. It looks like it's gonna be one of the best GWPs ever made. The clone troopers look great. They actually have arm printing and dual molded legs. And if you're wondering, the threshold for this thing is $160, basically meaning if you sign up for LEGO Insiders, which is free, and you purchased at least $160 of Star Wars sets at a LEGO store or on lego.com in between May 1st and May 5th, you will get this set included with your order for free, for those of you that don't know how these promos work. But again, it looks great. I'm very excited to get this, and I'm very excited to review it. Now lastly, I want to talk about the Brickheadz, and I never talk about Brickheadz on my channel. I don't buy them, I don't review them, but there are 2 Brickhead sets coming out. One is going to be a Luke Skywalker Rebel pilot with 138 pieces and a retail price of $10. I don't really care about that one. The one I specifically want to talk about is the Revenge of the Sith Brickheadz, set number 40796 with 656 pieces and a retail price of $50. And again, I have never talked about Brickheadz on this channel before, and I don't usually pay attention to them, but this one definitely caught my attention, and I think it looks pretty good. I'm actually tempted to buy this and review it. I think Palpatine and General Grievous are definitely the 2 highlights. They look awesome. The others look cool too, but I think the main highlights are Palpatine and Grievous. And again, I actually might get this set and review it, but I'm not sure yet. Anyways though, that is all the LEGO Star Wars sets releasing on May 1st. Again, there's also the U-Wing, but I talked about that in a different video. So let me know what you guys think about it down in the comments below. Let me know which sets you're going to be getting, if you're going to be getting any of these. If you're new, please consider subscribing, and if you want to check out more of my videos, you can see them on the screen right now.